let's go. Okay guys, welcome to another episode. Okay, so hope everybody's well. It is fresh today. We are looking at 10 Celsius today here in the UK, and the wind velocity is a mild 3 miles per hour. So what I'm going to do today, I'm actually testing my new wheels. Now I'm going to only be out for, let's say, about an hour. I'm going to test the wheels to go uphill, downhill, and then come back. So why don't you guys join me? Oh, god damn, it's cold. I'm hoping this ride will warm me up, but you know, once you get going anyway, it will do that, so shouldn't be a problem. Oh, I'm loving it though. I'll give you my little review once I sit down and I'm face to face, and then it will be better. So for now, let's get a move on. So I just want to say to a person who commented on my video, one of my videos, and mentioned about my helmet not being on properly. Well, I can safely say today it's actually on correctly, so thank you for your concern. Safety before anything, obviously. So today I'm wearing, which again I'll show you, all my winter gear, scarf, gloves, thick gloves. I made a mistake last time when I went out. I only had on thin pair of gloves. That wasn't good enough. I got back and my hands were freezing. Not making that mistake again. What I am noticing, I probably could have put on a thicker scarf. Wait for it. So we're into Carshalton here. Watch this car. She's not looking what she's doing. So I can push through nice and easy. Windy Mary. Nice and steady here. Make sure you check, give eye contact, and then you carry on. This looks good. Carshalton Pond's on the right there. Beautiful pond, a lot of history. There was a museum on the right there. I think that's closed down because they've got scaffolding there, so yeah, bit of a shame. First hill climb. Many more to come. Take your time, and off we go. Climb, climb, climb. Ooh, I'm flying, surprisingly. You always feel good though when you first start. You have all that energy, I suppose. Bit of traffic here. Click in. I'm so grateful now, I don't have to look down at my pedals now when I'm clipping in, which is nice. Let's change down my gears. Oh, I'm changing up rather than down. There we go. That's better. So for the people that don't know, I've changed my shoes on my bike, and that's what this ride's about. So I had, to begin with, some aluminium wheels on here on the bike at first point of purchase, and now I've decided to change to carbon. These are Hunt wheels with a lovely sounding hub. The last bike I had, which I've now sold, by the way, they specialise, Ilez Sprint. That sadly went this week, collected on Friday. Sad to see it go, but obviously it's gone to an owner whereby I think he will make the most of it. He was very happy during the connection, smiling and very happy with the paintwork and the wheels, because again they were Hunt wheels with Pirelli, I think called a Zero tyres. Really nice tyres. I've got, on these I've got Continental 5000, I believe. Not as super prime as the Pirellis, but good enough, I suppose. There we go. So I'm not going to do much sorting here, but this is a lethal climb. Let's see how I get on with the new carbon wheels. Let's get it. Up, up, up we go. Nice and steady. More. Woo. Fitness. Oh gosh, that was brutal. Oh. Still climbing. It's interesting to find out what the the percentage of the climb was. Because that was tough. You know, guys, I don't like hills. And that confirms it. Oh. Now, because it's winter, you'll see less people on the bikes than say if it was summer, obviously. But also, I suppose it's nice to have an indoor turbo trainer. That's something I don't have. Am I going to buy one? Undecided. At the moment I've got a lot of things I'm trying to sort out financially, so I think that's more important right about now. Angle the camera a little bit more. Beautiful. Downhill. I'm grateful for it. Oh. Do a left here. It's a lovely area. I do like it here. The other change I've made to my bike is when I received receipt of these wheels, carbon wheels, it never came with any tyres, no inner tubes, just the no cassette. It's just the wheels alone. So obviously I had to buy a new tyre for the wheel and also a cassette. Now originally this bike had on my old wheels, and it still has it on it, Ultegra cassette 11 to 32. So this one now has changed from same ratio 11 to 32 but with 105 cassette rather than Ultegra. Do I notice the difference? Slightly. I notice it more in the sound it makes. It's quite clunky. Whereas, and I think also the change in selecting of gears is much smoother with the Ultegra than the 105. Not to say the 105 is no good. I'm not saying that, but I'm just sharing my experience of the two. Thankfully now I'm starting to warm up because I've had a nice little climb and I've got another one coming up, but I feel good. So this week, I feel I've got a busy week this week. And the weeks, surprisingly, are going so fast. So fast. I don't notice one day from the other. Along here, there's a hospital which I attended to have radiotherapy when I had an issue with my left ear. Below my left ear there was a lump which had to be removed in 2019, and I came to this hospital, which I'm going to pass in a minute, for a gruesome 4 weeks of radiotherapy. It's called the Royal Marsden Hospital. There's a sign there on the left. That's where I went. And I can remember up to this day that during the whole process, I was just grateful to be alive. It's really daunting when you go through a bad situation or any form of situation, and it makes you think differently about your life and how you live it. And I've certainly learned to appreciate, don't get me wrong, I never took it for granted in the first place, but now I look at life as a precious tool. Something you can't take for granted. Life is it's something where you find one day, and all of a sudden, in a blink of a second, God forbid, you could have an illness. So now I understand different illnesses. I appreciate that you have to eat well. I eat less takeaway food now. I eat my own food that I take for lunch, sandwiches that I make first thing in the morning. And yeah, it's a lesson, isn't it? I sometimes think though that why on earth do we have to wait for a situation like that to occur before we realise that life is a gift. It's funny. We always dwell and strive for some reason to hear things that are negative or bad. And it shouldn't be that way. We should celebrate everybody's good fortune, encourage people to push, whether it's hard or easy. Just encourage each other. On the right there's a gravel path. Now that's another thing, my gravel bike is being fixed at the moment. It's been in the shop at Colsholton, a great store. Been going there for quite a while now. The owner that owns it, and I don't know if his girlfriend or his wife, but they're a good team, friendly, you know, courteous. And that's why I've been going back all the time really, because very welcoming. But anyway, to go back to the story, my bike, gravel bike, is getting new hydraulic brakes, levers, hoods put on the bike. So when I receive that, I'll go through all the changes I've made on the bike and all the things I've added to the bike, things I can consider very important. That's another thing. A friend of mine, my right hand person, my confidant, she knows who she is, my best friend, the person that I'll do anything for, she purchased for me a bum bag, which I'm wearing at the moment. And at first, I don't know why I didn't turn my nose at it, but at first I was like, oh, I don't know if that's for me. But since wearing it, like 3 days afterwards, I've realised that this bum bag that I'm wearing around my waist it's a treasure. I love it. I put my keys in it and any other little bits that I have, and it does the job. Doesn't weigh anything. I love it. So there's a little message in that. Before you turn your nose up on anything, try it before. Give it a go. Don't be shy. This route I'm taking, I've done this before and I love it because you have all these climbs. You see lovely houses on the left and the right, great sceneries, but it's the descent I love. Going downhill. I want to see how these wheels react against going downhill. Is there any difference? Some people were complaining that these wheels, because they're 50 millimeters deep, and some people will complain about the noise they make. I can safely say I don't hear any. They sound all right to me. Coming to Banstead Village. This is where I'm going to sit down and eat one banana, talk to you guys face to face about my experience so far on the bike and what I've got planned for the coming summer, hopefully. I know it's a way away, but no harm planning. You can always plan. I feel good though. And that's another thing what I do. I try and get on the bike at least once a week, and I'll do a loop around my area and then I'll come back. Very kind of that person behind me, giving me time. I like. And here's the bike in motion. I've just pulled up here at a bus stop in no man's land. I'm not lost. So let's go. Back on the bike we go. Oh. Clapham. Oh. Okay, right, guys, bear with me. I'm gonna go back on the road, back the way I came, and hopefully I don't get lost. Traffic though. Oh yeah, we like a bit of traffic. I want to make sure it's really clear here before I go, because I don't want a situation here. Now what I was saying was, my chest mount, boom, battery dead. So I can't film the descent, which I wanted to film. But now I can't do that. So I've had to result with, you know, my forward facing camera. So what I'm gonna do now is, did I drop something now? I bet I dropped something. I dropped something. I don't know what the hell that was, but it was something. So I'm gonna go along here, Garrod Road. Here's the bike in action with the wheels on it. I don't know if you guys can see that. Get a little shot of that. Carbon. So, as I was mentioning, so far these carbon wheels are really good. I mentioned in my last video when I had the Specialized, because they too had carbon wheels. Look at these little dogs. Yeah, so the other bike I had the same wheels, but Pirelli Zero tyres. And because it was a bit windy poo, they were going one way and another. So these, which are the same carbon wheels, however, the difference is, and there's a small difference, is the fact that these ones are not aero. The ones I had on the Specialized were aero, and these are not, so that might have something to do with it. They are still 50 mil deep, but not aero. So I'm riding and I'm trying to concentrate on where I'm going, because I don't want to get lost. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, it is going to rain. Look at the sky. Morbid. Between 4 and 5. Rain's going to be coming down. I don't want to get caught. And I haven't got my rain jacket with me. Silly me. So, going back to the wheels. They're good. I definitely feel the difference between my old wheels and these wheels, because these are carbon, lighter, no noise retention, and the hub, woohoo! That's my dream now. Sound of these hubs, they sound brilliant. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to head home, put away the camera, and I'll see you guys at the other end. Ta-ta for now. Okay guys, I'm just going to wrap this up. I basically did a downhill, and I can say this bike is absolutely fantastic. I must have done about, say, 32 miles per hour going down, which is the maximum speed I've done going downhill on any bike. So yeah, very happy, very contented. The bike is actually performs much better with the carbon wheels. And my thing is, if you are going to buy carbon wheels, then get these Hunts. oh, bit on the pricey side, but they're definitely worth the buck. So guys, I'm just going to leave it there. Ride responsibly, keep safe, keep that positivity going, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios.